Hello and welcome to this, our youth group message for Sunday, May 9th of the year 2021. We are the Hispanic Presbyterian Church. I am Maria Santa, your lay pastor.
And I am Natalia Cruz, one of your youth group leaders.
We welcome you to this message on this very special Sunday. It is Mother's Day.
Yay!
And
Happy Mother's Day.
Yes, we want to wish a happy Mother's Day to all the moms and to the aunts and grandmas and cousins and sisters that are like mothers to all of us. We all have a woman in our life that we can pinpoint and say, I have my mom who's wonderful, but this other woman is very special and has meant so much to me in my life. So happy Mother's Day to them all. And today we're going to share with you a reading from the book of Exodus, from the Old Testament. We're going to read about a woman that had to make the most difficult decision that a woman can make, in my opinion. Her name was Jochebed, and I don't know if you've heard about Jochebed. It's not a common name. It's not a woman that we talk a lot about when we discuss the Bible, but she was Moses's mother.
A tremendous woman.
And Moses, we all know, was a leader that was very special, used by God to do so many wonderful things. So I want you to listen and imagine and visualize the story that I'm going to share with you as I read it. We're reading from the book of Exodus from chapter 1, verse 22, and chapter 2, verses 1 to 10. Try to make a mental picture of what you're listening to. The Pharaoh commanded all of the people with the following order. Every son that is born to the Hebrews, you shall throw him into the Nile River, but you shall let the daughters live. Now a man from the house of Levi went and took as his wife a Levite woman. The woman conceived and bore a son. And when she saw that he was a fine child, she hid him for 3 months. When she could hide him no longer, she took him on a basket made of bulrushes and daubed it with bitumen and pitch. She put the child in it and placed the basket among the reeds by the river bank. And his sister stood at a distance to know what would happen to him. Now the daughter of Pharaoh came down to bathe at the river, while her young women walked beside the river. She saw the basket among the reeds and sent her servant woman, and she took it. When she opened it, she saw the child, and behold, the baby was crying. She took pity on him and said, "This one is a Hebrew child." Then his sister said to the Pharaoh's daughter, "Shall I go and call for a nurse from the Hebrew women to nurse the child for you?" And Pharaoh's daughter said to her, Go and find a woman." So the girl went and called the child's own mother, and Pharaoh's daughter said to her, "Take this child away and nurse him for me, and I will give you your wages." So the woman took the child and nursed him. When the child grew up, she brought him back to Pharaoh's daughter, and he became her adopted son. She named him Moses because she said, "I rescued him from the waters."
Wow. Beautiful story. I can only imagine. I'm not a mom yet, most of you know, but how tough must it have been for a mother to make the decision, I'm going to put my child in a river, hoping they survive. And not only once, twice. She has to give up her son twice, Jochebed. when she puts Moses in the river, and then again when she brings him back to Pharaoh after having cared for him and nursed him. It's really something incredible what she had to go through.
As a mom, I can tell you mothers are making tough decisions all the time, difficult decisions, decisions that we have to make for what is best for our children. And sometimes if you are a teenager or a child listening to this, I'm sure you disagree with the decisions that your mom has made. And sometimes you may even go against what your mother has decided. And that is not easy. But I can tell you that parents, moms especially, make the decisions that they feel are best for their children. Now, I always remind you that mothers are not perfect because no human being is. Perfect. Mothers do the best they can with what they know and what they have. And making choices as a mom can be very, very stressful because sometimes mothers are not sure if the decision that they're making is the best one. That is why to all the mothers I say, prayer is so important when you're about to make a decision. In Jochebed's case, she made her decisions with faith. She was a believer. She knew God would take care of her child, and that she was making a decision that in her heart she knew was to save his life. Because remember, Pharaoh had ordered that all the boys that were born from Hebrew women needed to be killed, thrown to the river. If you know anything about the Nile River, you know it's a huge river, very deep, and it has crocodiles in it. So imagine what happened to those babies as they were born and they were cast into the river. This mother was in a very difficult situation, and she had to quickly make a decision for the best for her kid.
But in this story, there are 3 women that are making decisions that I think all 3 deserve recognition. One being Jochebed, the mother of Moses, who makes the tremendous decision to put Moses in the water. The second one that we hear in the story, I don't know if you caught it, is Moses' sister. Her name is Miriam. She follows the basket along the river to make sure it was safe. And what I want you to remember is that there are other people other than your mother that can ensure your safety and your safe passage. You know, that was his sister, his older sister. I'm an older sister. I have my mother next to me, but I have a younger brother. And I always tried my best to keep him out of trouble, to make sure he was okay, to take care of him when it was just him and I at home. So just remember that there are other women in your life that can help ensure your safe passage through your journey of your life. And then the third woman in the story is the Pharaoh's daughter herself. And she does something incredible in adopting a Hebrew baby, a baby that was from a different race, culture, all of these things that would normally turn someone away from adopting that baby, but she didn't. She decided to take him in. And she's an example of how others, anyone, any woman, can help guide you and raise you and take care of you. It's not always our mothers. Our mothers may not always be there for us, but there are many other people in our lives, many other women in our lives that can help do exactly that.
And when you are going through your life journey, those of you that are older, I'm sure, can look back and pinpoint a woman that has made a difference for you. Could even be a teacher. It could be a friend. It could be a grandmother. Mothers are not only the ones that bear a child and give birth to a child. The Pharaoh's daughter is an example of a mother that makes the decision to adopt a child. She chose to do it. She had to be brave because she knew she was going against her father's order. She was doing something that she knew was not going to be easy to defend before her father, but she acted out of compassion. You see, a lot of times we feel compassion, but we take no action. And I always remind us that compassion without action is just an emotion. So she was brave in making the choice that she made. And as Natalia was saying to you, Look around you. Who are the women in your life that can help you in your journey? Now, you have to be careful in choosing too. If you're going to reach out to a woman for guidance, you have to look for the qualities that that person has, right? Because you want to be influenced by someone that brings positive things to your life, not that takes away or subtracts from your life. So there are certain qualities, and I think Natalia can share with you some of the things that these women, all three, Miriam, Jochebed, and the Pharaoh's daughter, had as qualities.
And I want you to think of how we're going to listen to all the qualities. And I want you to think of a similarity or a comparison as to who else might have these qualities. Compassion, like my mother mentioned, caring, strong, both physically with your body after building a child, building a human, and heart. Helping, remember that advice, moms are usually right. Sorry. Faith, having that faith, just like Moses' mother had. Protectors, providers, supporters, nurturing, and loving. And when I created this list, I couldn't help but think that God also has all these qualities. So making that connection in that your mother is, you're supposed to honor your father and your mother, right? And we honor God as well. And making those characteristics tied to my mother and my dad is something so amazing, to know that the love that my mother has for me can be compared to the love that God also has for me, right? So it's very special to think that.
So those qualities that you see in your mother, your grandmother, your aunt, your teacher, your friend, can be a reminder that God puts in your life these people, right? These women, that it's not always your mom, that are the ones that help you through your journey, that are people that can guide you and that can see that you're not swallowed by the river of life. Life can be pretty deep and pretty dangerous, and it takes its turns just like the Nile River does. And sometimes things are hidden under the surface of the river of life. But I want to say to you that God just works in amazing ways, because Moses's life is almost like a puzzle, and God was putting the pieces together to make sure that Moses was safe, preserved, and could have the life that God had designed for him, because he had a purpose. And those women were placed along the way so that Moses had that protection, that care, that nurturing, and that love that he needed in order to survive. You have the same. And on this day, if you don't have your mother with you, some mothers are already in heaven. Other mothers are not present in our lives for different reasons. But I assure you that I know today you can sit and think of a woman in your life that God placed there to make sure that you receive that love that you need, and that reminds us that God loves us in such a way that he will place the pieces of our puzzle in the right place so that our purpose can be fulfilled.
So to all the grandmothers, abuelitas, the mothers, mother-in-laws, wives, sisters, cousins and aunts, friends, teachers, and any other woman in your life, happy Mother's Day. And I want to end sharing a quote with you. I don't know who it's by. I'll share it in the comment section, the description below. But it says, strong women, may we know them, may we raise them, and may we be them. To all of the strong women in our lives, may we know them, may we raise them, and may we be them. God bless you guys.
Happy Mother's Day.
Mother's Day.
Enjoy this day. We love you, and until we see each other again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand, and may you navigate through this journey and this river of life, always under the guidance and the love of the Lord. Take care. Bye-bye.
Amen.